This is RSKsys for May 4th. We're taking a look at the pre-market activity. Now we closed at 82 and have spent virtually the entire activity overnight above the close. That's significant, and we're certainly in an uptrend, but we've got some area of repair down here, which may result in a further drop before we return to the rally. We'll just have to see where that goes. Now, if we move down here below 85, we've got some real low volume in here. So we've got to keep our eye on that. But by the same token, right here at around 86-ish is where we've got the overnight POC. So that could also be a place where we would bounce back up, rally into this area at around 89, maybe go a little bit higher, and then come back down. We'll have to see. Now we've rallied up in the overnight beyond the upper value area of the composite since the 24th. So now we'll go to, let's take a look at a few other profiles in here. To get an idea as to where we're ultimately headed. And when we look at what has happened here in the overnight, I don't see anything here. I don't see us going much higher than this. And in fact, it's not surprising why we have now begun to drop. I think we have more reason to anticipate a short here. Yeah. If we move back up here, I'm looking at a short. This is not looking very good because this area of repair is so obvious. And of course, we still have that area below where we were yesterday. And therefore, we're going to have to take a real strong look at the premium here and see if the premium is implying that we should be continuing to move up. This looks short to me. We will open about 5 points above the close, and that should put the INX somewhere in this neighborhood of 93, because it closed at 88, 5 points above that, 93. Now here it implies that we've got a little bit more room to move up, at least from the close. But beyond, you know, all right, so that's about where we should open. Here's the upper value area from the 26th, and that's our high at around 97. So much depends on where we open here. All right, we'll come back. Okay, we didn't open anywhere near where we expected the INX to be. So on that basis, we are looking for a long trade fairly quickly. Now it would look like what we're about to see happen here is to come down to that area of slight repair, but we're already taking off, and that's okay. It looks like we're heading in this direction to the area of overnight repair here on the ES. And now it might begin to turn down. So let's go back. All these lines were from yesterday, so we're going to take these out. So we can see that area of repair down at 90.5, right in here. Expect a little bit more of a bounce here. Come back, repair this area now. But instead, we're going right into that low area at 85. It's looking like we're heading down. I'm going to hold this short at least a little bit. Because we're not even where we... Let's just verify that close. Yeah, 88.13 was the close. Yeah, we're now moving down to that area of repair. Very good. So we need to come down to about 82.50. 82.50 to fix that low volume node at 84 and 82.75. Now we've moved a full 6 points below the high, and so we're very much in a downtrend at this point. So you can see where we need to repair here on the ES, so we'll come back in a few minutes. As we came down here, we left these areas of repair up here in the INX. You see that we're moving up to kind of correct that, and could be moving all the way up to this region in here. It's just loosely, but that's the direction we got all this area of repair, and that would probably take us up to the POC. Coming down to correct this. No, not yet. Do nothing if you're not in a trade. Okay, we are coming down. $82.75. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Right through there. And I'm willing to just get out of that trade at this point. And nicely done. Okay. Now we got lots of areas of repair in here. So we should be rallying back up here in just a bit. And we'll come back and see how that has worked out. We've got a little bit more to the downside. Let me just point this out. If we come all the way down here to the low value area and do a little bit of repair, you know, we could continue on down, but there was such a strong move up in the overnight. I think we're going to turn right around and go back up and do some further repair in this area up in here at around 89 is where I would think that this will turn around and head back up to. So we'll come back in a few minutes. Okay, so you see we came all the way down to the low. So that's where we've got to that's not huge. That's not huge. But it doesn't have to be. The measure of divergence here at the low is not huge, but there is divergence. And I think we'll probably come back down and test 81. Let's get this back up. And we've got some areas of repair in here too. So I think there's going to be more than one chance to get into a long trade here. If you missed this, okay, you want to wait really now to come back, maybe fix this little area in here. But we've got this area up in here that it's moving toward repairing, and we may not get that high. We'll have to see. But we've got good pattern here on premium for the move up. We should breach that level of 336 if that doesn't happen, and it's not, as you can see right now. See, that's an indication that this is liable to be coming down. Give it a little bit, but right now that doesn't look good. Looks like we're coming right back. Yeah. There we go. Coming right back down. Nothing there. Yeah, we've got to be short in here. It's got to come down. Fix that, and we should be getting ready to come down. I would say maybe right in here. Nope, still going higher. Former POC was up here. So not yet, but boy, it sure does look that way. It looks very short. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for it to just drop now. It needs to go a little higher. And okay, now wait for it. Still moving higher. That makes the next target. It looks like we're going right up to the upper value area here, and that should produce what we're looking for. Well, give it a minute. Look at how divergent the premium was, and we didn't make it. We didn't make it. Okay, there we go. Short. Low value is at 85. That by that I mean we've got a very low volume node at 85, only 2834 contracts at that price. VWAP is at 85.25, so we may just be able to move it up just a little bit higher. Yeah, that's just gave it just a little more. It should be able to push higher by maybe 1 or 2 ticks, but we're in a short at the moment. We'll just average in if we can get there. Okay, so the 70% level just jumped up. The POC moved higher as well. But we seem to be coming down at this point, so we're in at 84.25, but I'm not real happy with that. Because I'm looking at this area of repair right in here. I tried to zoom in on this. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but that's where it went to. And it doesn't look like it wants to go any higher than that either. And now we are a bit more. We've got a lower high on the INX. So that pushed the high of the premium a little higher. Okay. Now, premium should be going lower. And now we're getting that area of repair. Now it looks like it's headed back up to maybe test that upper value area. That's a little hard to see just what's going to happen here, because we've got, as you can see right there, that's where the area of repair ends, and that also makes some pretty good sense. But we went a little higher. We didn't really repair that area yet. I'm going to move this up just because we don't need it there. And now we're coming down. So how far down will we go? Okay, we'll come back in a few minutes. Okay. Right up to it. Right up to it. And down we come. So we've got a little better fill. Now will it break? And head back down to 83. A little bit of an area repair right in here. Just a general point of reference. It's around 87. We'll come back, see if that's where we go, because we've got area of repair in here too. All right. Now I'm going to take a look. I am going to take a look here. Now the 1.25 on this is still long. Okay, that's still long. And we are still moving up a bit. And we definitely have room to go. So it could be that we are in error, that this is in fact really going long, and I just dumped that short for that reason. I said nope, that was I don't believe so. I think we have made an error here. I'm out of that short. I don't like it. I think we're heading right back up to $86.5. All right. Okay, change my mind. All right. Not real happy with this little drop in the premium here. Not happy with that at all. As much as I'm thinking that this will get this high before it drops, that's not looking real good. So I'm actually easing out of that position that long because I didn't have a very good fill. I'm was late, didn't diagnose it properly, got reversed, got out of the short, but just not in at a good price on the long. I'm only in at 85.25. That's crazy. That's not good, but I'll ease out of that, or I have eased out of that because this doesn't look good to me. And I think we could come back down, fill this area in at 88.70, that area of repair there, possibly before it, rallies back up, but we just don't know. Can't tell. We're getting closer. And this is looking good. We're stepping up a bit more. Higher yet. That's good. Keep it going. Okay, that's right up there. That's right up there. Okay, we're out. I'm out of that trade. And pretty much that's all the time I've got anyway. So, overall, a good morning. Now, let's just see, is this a good place to short? And I would say no, not yet. Maybe a good place to exit, but see that area of repair up here? we made note of that earlier on as the market had dropped. So we ought to be able to see the market move up and fix this. So we are long. We're long. This kind of pattern seems to be typical of the morning. We get this drop, leave all these areas of repair, come back up, try to work on them, and then we come down because there's so many areas of repair left, even on the way up. So pick your spot, because there's several of them in here. Here is an obvious one. Then down here is another obvious area where the market needs to get to repair. And then once it has, then you've got to look at, well, all right, what's the premium say? Are we closer to, say, the POC over here if we come down to that point? Because, see, if we came down just to the upper value area right in here, it wouldn't repair this area. So that doesn't make sense for it to just go that far. It would need to come down further. And then the question is whether it's going to come all the way to the POC. Then you have to watch it carefully. Now, interestingly enough, as we made it up to the POC, we're still not overbought. That's very interesting. Now, what can happen to this indicator is that we'll get up here really close to 100%. We'll start to drop, and that thing will push up. But I think everything indicates that we're going higher, as you can see. So now we're there. All right. There we go. And as close as we are to the upper value area at 88.25, and that being a low volume node from the overnight, having dipped down, you know, you've got a real nice target here at 88.25. And just to look at the IB, and today, let's just go back to our calculator. Thursdays have an 84% probability. They're the second highest day of the week for hitting the initial balance standard deviation calculation. Okay. So the IB is right there at about 91. That's a little high. That's a little high. I didn't think it was going to be quite that high. I'm not so sure we're going to make it there. I think we got a real strong probability that we'll make it here to 88.25. And I'd say that pulling a trade at that, or taking profits at that point makes good sense, but to take it all the way up to 91, let me see, that didn't make sense. Hold that thought. right, so I'm looking at what happened here on the 1st, on Monday, and we made it up here, so just a little bit under that area at 91, which is up there, just above that line you see here. I look back here and I see, yeah, certainly possible, but I think holding a large position above the 88.25 level is probably not a real good idea. I wouldn't do it. So anyway, that's my analysis. We're still long. We should be able to make it up to 88.25. Beyond that, it becomes less probable in my estimation, just because of just looking at how the market has behaved. 88.25 is down here. Okay. All right, and just look at where we've been over the past week. It's been real tough to get up above that area. All right. Now, it's still an area of repair. And if we can get up here, to 89.29, then we should be able to push through. But, being able to just, repair in there at 88.25, 88.50, that makes sense. And then it's just a matter of what, if the premium is continuing to move up, that would be good, but, it may not happen. So I don't think I would be holding a trade much beyond that. So that's our analysis for the morning. That's all the time we have. I don't see anything else that we can tell you at the moment, so we'll conclude this video on that note. I'm Rod Kusin and Spoon for Risk.